Well, it sounds like the Perfect Dark team got some bad news in the form of someone leaving the team. And also, Phil Spencer is talking about games that are on the way and their release schedule goals for the future. Let's dive right in. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell to know when my videos go live. I appreciate all of you who have subscribed thus far. And while I have you, don't forget we are raising money for Ukraine. You can donate right now at bit.ly/Let's Help Ukraine. The fund is Project Hope, and what they're doing is they're trying to make sure people have food, make sure people have shelter, make sure people who are affected by this war have the things that they need. Once again, that is bit.ly/Let's Help Ukraine. Thank you so much to everybody who has donated so far to this cause. So diving into the news today, there were two stories. One about Perfect Dark losing a game director, and one about Phil Spencer, who appeared on Xbox Era, who was just celebrating 100 episodes. So the first one is sort of bad news. Dan Newberger, according to his LinkedIn, he used to work at Crystal Dynamics, seems to have left the team. This follows Drew Murray, who also went to go work on Wolverine. I totally get it. I would work on Wolverine in a second. He's one of my favorite comic book characters, so I understand. Here's what VGC said. This is from Klobrille, and VGC said the following. So basically, Dan Newberger, game director of Perfect Dark, has moved on from the initiative. He was there for a good 3 years and 8 months. And this is from Klobrille via VGC. I think I slowly start to get the idea behind the initiative. It looks like it's basically a studio that kicks off a project and carries it through concept, prototype, and full pre-production phases. Then carrying it over to full production with assistance of another studio that has the needed manpower, in this case, Crystal Dynamics. That also explains the staying small and agile comment, and also the studio's name. While I realize some people will doom and gloom over it again, it could potentially also mean that the game is further ahead than people think. 2023 could be on the table, I think. The last thing that we heard about Perfect Dark was that the Perfect Dark team and Crystal Dynamics linked up to get the game sort of into a place, and we haven't really heard much more about Perfect Dark since then. Personally, Klobrille, he's a big Xbox fan. I don't think he necessarily has some insider information or anything like that. He is just sort of guessworking, just as we are right now during this video, right? This is the second notable name. Drew Murray left for personal reasons. We found out later that he returned to Insomniac to work on the Wolverine game. I think he wanted some sort of better work-life balance, or he had some personal stuff come up, and that's fine. That totally makes sense. I definitely understand that. Dan Newberger leaving. I mean, personally for me, I do think that there is a little bit more cause for concern here. I am a little bit more worried about Perfect Dark. I hope that nothing is wrong with the game, but we saw this sort of tumultuous happenings with Halo Infinite also. Halo Infinite, as we know, it launched, I played for like 300 hours, had a good time, but now player numbers quickly declined, and we saw something similar happen with Halo Infinite, where a lot of people would leave, and then they seem to be in a good spot now, but even now, people are also leaving the Halo Infinite team and moving around in the industry. These things sort of become big stories. I don't know what that means for Perfect Dark. I don't know if this is just normal industry moving around, going back to another company, or what it means for the project or anything. All I can sort of guess, but it does make me a little bit more concerned about Perfect Dark, especially because we haven't heard anything about it for so long, except for the fact that Crystal Dynamics is stepping in to help make the game become a reality. So time will tell. We don't know why this person left. It could be for many reasons. It doesn't seem like he's really talked about it. He basically just updated his LinkedIn saying, hey, I'm looking for work now. But that is that story in a nutshell. On a happier note, Phil Spencer joined Xbox Era for episode 100, and he actually said some stuff about State of Decay 3. His quote is as follows: "We haven't shown a lot of State of Decay. We do have a lot of games in development. Some of them talked about, some of them not. I don't mean to exclude anything. Looking at State of Decay 3, I'm incredibly excited about some of the advancements they're going to make." And that was Phil Spencer via Xbox Era. Congrats on 100 episodes, by the way. So that's great. It is exciting to hear that they are working on new systems for the game, and I'm really excited to see whatever they end up doing with State of Decay 3. Phil Spencer also commented on the idea that they have too many games coming out right now, and he sort of has the same mindset about this year where I'm at. I've been asking, when are your games coming out? What's happening in 2022? What are the release dates for some of these games? We just found out Shredder's like 10 days before it came out. We got the release date for that. It's just something I'm not very used to. Usually we at least know a month as opposed to a season for a game's release date. We know Redfall is on the way. We know Starfield is in November. And I would like to know more about dates for other products like Scorn yet again just has a month. It's just October, I believe. And as you know, unfortunately, the Stalker 2 team who were based in Ukraine they're not worried about Stalker 2 right now. So that game is not coming anytime soon. I just pray that all those people are safe more than anything. For the teams that don't have like massive real world events affecting them, I am curious when those release dates will happen though. So here's what Phil Spencer said on the matter anyway. We want to get to this point where there's a steady flow of great games that are coming that the customers can predict. We're going through right now, we don't have a big game this quarter. And so Matt Booty and the teams, the ZeniMax teams, we want to get to that point where we have a really great on-ramp for our platform and games that people can get excited about on a regular basis. And there's still work to do there as we work through COVID and everything else. So I won't say we have too many games. And that was, again, Phil Spencer via Xbox Era. And he's basically saying, I hear the community out there. For me, as an Xbox fan, I just want to know what's the next big thing I have to look forward to. And right now, the only thing that we actually have a date on is Starfield in November. We know there's something for Redfall this summer. It's scheduled for release this summer. But with everything going on with COVID and all these other reasons to delay a game, that game could be delayed. We don't know what's going to happen. I just want to see more. I want to know more about what's coming. Some of the things that they're doing, they're having an ID at Xbox event next week where we're going to learn more about some of the smaller games. Hopefully something about, I believe it was, I want to say it's Lost Eidolons, but it was like the medieval times. I got to look up the name of it because I was really excited about it. And I still am. I want to know when that's coming out. And I'm glad to hear him say like, hey, we don't have a ton of games coming out right now. We don't have a roadmap for our fans. And that is something that we're going to work on being better. So I have to imagine in 2023, we're going to have a very clear roadmap about when games are coming out. And that would be great. If I even knew the month, like, okay, this month, I know I have Tunic to look forward to, example, which is actually releasing this month. But then it's kind of blank. And I don't know when they're going to be announcing those properties. I have to imagine during E3, their play is going to be, let's set up the slate of releases for 2023 or late this year. So maybe they have a great closer again. And I'm going to do another video about how they ended up being Metacritic's #1 publisher of 2021 coming up next. But anyway, that's sort of just my thoughts on that and some remarks from Phil Spencer about State of Decay 3, an update on the Perfect Dark game, and an update on their publishing strategy for Microsoft in 2022, late 2022 and forward. Thank you so much for watching and hearing my thoughts on this video. I do appreciate it. If you like my content, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Thank you so much for subscribing. And again, just a reminder, we are trying to raise money for Ukraine, bit.ly/let's help Ukraine. Look, it's a terrible situation over there. I've made some videos about how it is going to affect the industry. And what's more important is that it's affecting people's lives. People have had to flee the place that they live. So hopefully we can raise a little bit of money via Project Hope. Thank you so much to everybody who has donated this far. Let's help the Ukrainians who have been forced into this terrible, terrible situation. Hopefully we can help them out a little bit. Thank you so much for watching. A real quick shout out to my members. Members, thank you so much for supporting this channel. I do greatly appreciate you. If you would like to become a member, you can do so by clicking the join button. It is right down there. Thank you so much to all the members who have supported me. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.